Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important example related to route guards of Angular, where we will just talk about the basic requirement or the conditions that we should know before we start implementing any practical thing. So here, I will be focusing on some re-execution conditions for the route guards. We will try to understand what are those conditions where the route guards will be re-executed. Additionally, we will talk about some of the common use for the route guards, because in last session also we talked about the types of route guards, right? But what are the common use cases of those route guards, because we have multiple route guards, so when to use what, this thing we will discuss in this particular session. Apart from this, we will also talk about the lifecycle integration also, like what is the integration lifecycle, how it works, what type of route will execute it for entering situation and for leaving situation. So these are the all things that we will be discussing in this particular session. But before we proceed further with the session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to understand the concept of re-execution condition, common uses and lifecycle integration. And for the structured content, you can refer the Sharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box, from where you can take a reference and you can start learning the content without paying anything, because this is completely free for all, and it provides more than 3000 plus sessions available in both Hindi as well as English language. So as per your convenience, you can refer the content. Okay. Alright, so let's get started. Here you can see we have first heading that shows Angular 19 course by Sharmit, which is just for the introductory purpose. And then after that, we will start with the topic, that is route guard re-execution condition. Okay. So firstly, let me tell you, route guard re-execution conditions are those conditions where the route guards will get invoked again, where the route guard will re-executed again, re-invoked again. Okay, so let's see what are those conditions. So first condition is route guard parameter change. So whenever there is any change in the parameters of route, then in those situations re-execution will be performed from the route guard. Okay, so this is the first thing, that when the parameters are changed, route parameters are changed, then it will be re-executed. Second thing is the query parameters change. Okay, so I'm sure you know about the query params, because this thing we already discussed in detail in one of the practical session, where I show you how to execute the routes with query params. So there we discuss about the query params, right? So here what we will be doing, we are just referring those query parameters, and we are just trying to understand that whenever the query parameters are changed, it will re-execute the route conditions. It will re-execute the route guards. Okay. But again, here you can see one thing is mentioned, that is depends on the configuration. So yes, it will depend on your configuration settings as well. But overall, if someone asks you, so you can say that when the query parameters change, depending on those configuration, it will re-execute the route guards. Third point is a different child route is executed. So if in any situation a different child route is activated, then in that situation it will re-execute the route guard. So that is again important flow, or you can say the condition where the route guard is re-executed. Fourth point is navigation triggers a new route evaluation. Okay, so whenever a navigation triggers a new route evaluation, in that situation also route guard will be re-executed. So far we discussed about 4 points, or I would say the 4 condition in which it will execute or re-execute the route guards. The first is route whenever there is a change in route parameters. Second one is whenever there is a change in the query parameters. Third is a different child route is executed, and the fourth one is a navigation triggers a new route evaluation. So these are the all 4 pointers which clarifies the condition where the route guards re-executed. I think this part is clear. Now we will talk about the route guard with their common uses, because we know there are multiple route guards, but it's time to understand which route guard is used in what conditions. The first route guard is can activate. So can activate route guard is commonly used for authentication check, like login process, logout process. So in those situations, can activate route guard will be executed. The second is can activate child. Can activate child route guard is executed for the role based access for nested route. For the role based access for the nested routes. The third thing is can deactivate. Can deactivate route guard is commonly used to warn before leaving the unsaved form. So suppose you are working for on a form. Before leaving it, if you want to make sure that it warns before leaving the unsaved form, then in that situation we will utilize can deactivate route guard. Then the next one is can load. So don't load module for the unauthorized user. Now what is unauthorized user? Let's say there are some user which we consider as unauthorized, means they don't have the correct credentials or the right authority to access this functionality. So in that situation we can make use of can load, so that it don't load modules for unauthorized users. The last one is can match. So can match is mainly is commonly used for dynamic route matching. Okay, so whenever there is a dynamic route matching, like A/B testing, features flags, so in those situations it will execute the can match route guard, or we can utilize the can match route guard. So these are the all possible route guards with their common used. So I think now if someone in interview asks you about these situations, or whether it's a re-execution condition or the common uses, you can simply answer that. Similarly, we have lifecycle integration. So with this topic, like, we will conclude the entire theoretical part related to route guards, and from the next session we are going to start the practical thing, where we will perform each and every example with proper conditions and everything. So this thing we will be discussing from next session. So let's conclude the thing with the lifecycle integration. So the first thing is guards work before components are created and destroyed. Okay, so this is the first thing, that route guards work before components are created or destroyed. Second thing is before entering. Now let's try to understand what are the route guards that that are considered before entering. So first is can match, second is can load, third is can activate, and the fourth one is can activate child. So in these four conditions we can say that these are the route guards which are executed or processed before entering. Okay, now there is only one route guard that is considered at the time of leaving, before the leaving, that is can deactivate. Okay, so sometime in the interviews the question will come like this: what are the route guards that are processed before leaving, or before entering, and before leaving? So in that case you can simply say that before entering, can match, can load, can activate, and can activate child are processed, and before leaving, can deactivate are processed. Okay, so yeah, these are the all things that I would like to share with you all in this particular session. And mainly we discussed about the re-execution conditions for the route guard. Before like we start creating the route guards, we should know the conditions so that you can easily relate and you can implement that in your project. Second thing, we discussed about the common use, because in the upcoming sessions we are going to build these route guard for these kind of operations, so we should know about this prior. And the third, we discuss about the lifecycle integration. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.